Hey guys, Jim here with another video for you. This is in my Ranking the Filmography series. This is in the career of Wes Craven. But before we begin, if you like what you see, or just please give me a like, possible subscribe, and in the comments, please leave below how you feel about Wes Craven, whether you agree with these rankings, whether you don't agree with these rankings. But before we begin, I do want to mention a few things on this particular video. Normally on these ranking videos, I do not include DVDs. I only include Blu-rays. In this case, I did make an exception. I did include a DVD, or actually two DVDs in this, but it will become apparent why when we get to it. So the other thing I want to mention is, as a child of the 80s, I was a teenager in the 80s, I was a huge horror movie guy. Still am. But there was three directors in particular that I was attracted to: Carpenter, Cronenberg, and Craven. I love all three of them unabashedly. The thing with Craven, though, is the movies of his that I really like. The movies of his that I don't like at all. Not enough to even own. So you will see a lot of his more iconic titles that are not included in this list, and that is mainly the reason why. So, sorry I've been rambling. We're going to get right into this. I have 11 titles. Going in descending order, starting with number 11, we have Swamp Thing. This is probably the worst, well, obviously it's the worst movie I own of his, but I do have a nostalgic love for this movie, mainly because of Adrienne Barbeau. I had a huge crush on her as a kid, and I still do. So Swamp Thing is number 11. Number 10, we have Scream 3. The reason why this is just a disc instead of an actual case is because it comes as part of a 3 Scream set. I do not own Scream 4. I do not like Scream 4. So number 10 is Scream 3. Number 9, this is one of the DVDs, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. The reason why I included these DVDs is because I do not own any of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies on Blu-ray, because I'm hoping beyond hope that Scream Factory or Arrow or somebody will come out with a nice box set instead of what they have available right now. So I did include his 2 Elm Street videos, or movies rather, in this collection. So Wes Craven's New Nightmare is number 9. Number 8, Last House on the Left. This was his movie debut. This is a very low budget movie, and it is a hard watch. I will never go so far as to say that I love this film, because quite frankly, it makes me uncomfortable. It's very rapey, but that's the point of the movie. It's not there to make you feel good. So on that level, it's a very effective movie. So Last House on the Left is number 8. Number 7, we have his follow-up to Last House on the Left, With the Hills Have Eyes. Again, it's considered a classic. I enjoy this movie. I don't love it. I never have. But I definitely appreciate it. And that's why I own it. I do not own the horrible sequel, though. So that's The Hills Have Eyes. This one might be kind of controversial, but I don't care. Shocker. Most people hate this movie. I love this movie. As a matter of fact, the rest of the movies in this countdown, I unabashedly love, including Shocker. This movie is ridiculous, over the top. It's just so much fun. I love Shocker. So there you go. Top 5. Number 5, The People Under the Stairs. Again, very strange movie. Very odd. I love this movie. Always have, always will. Great cast. A young Ving Rhames is in this. Yeah, I love People Under the the stairs. Number 4 is Scream 2. I generally don't really like sequels that much, especially to movies that I really love, and I really did love Scream. But as far as sequels go, Scream 2 is one of the best ones. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy Scream 2. Top 3. The Serpent and the Rainbow. Without a doubt, his most underrated film. I think this movie is incredible. Yeah, the last act kind of falls apart a little bit. Actually, it falls apart a lot. I don't care. I love this movie. It's not scary per se, it invokes dread, and Bill Pullman gives a career best performance in this movie as far as I'm concerned. That's why The Serpent and the Rainbow is number 3. Number 2, Scream, the original. This is the movie that revitalized the horror genre in a lot of ways. It definitely revitalized Wes Craven's career, and it's a classic. The only bad thing about this movie is that it spawned an entire generation of bad movies, rip-offs, kind of like what happened after Pulp Fiction came out. Everybody wanted to make dialogue sound like Tarantino. But Scream is still one of the best slashers of all time in my eyes. It's just, I'll never forget seeing it theatrically the first time. Absolutely love it. But number 1, and the real reason why I included DVDs into this particular video, is because how can I not include A Nightmare on Elm Street? Not only is it Wes Craven's best movie, it's one of the best horror movies ever. It's iconic, it's terrifying, and it still holds up all these years later. Real quick story before I wrap this video up. I worked in a movie theater for years. I was 16 years old when Nightmare on Elm Street came out. And I closed the night before it came out. I closed up and stayed after hours and watched this movie by myself in an empty theater the night before it came out. And to this day, it is one of the greatest cinematic memories of my lifetime. I have never been so scared in a movie in my life, especially when I had to go downstairs and shut down the boiler. And anybody who's seen Nightmare on Elm Street knows what that means. So for that reason, and for so many more, Nightmare on Elm Street is definitely number 1. So to recap, Nightmare on Elm Street is number 1. Scream is number 2. The Serpent and the Rainbow is number 3. Scream 2 is number 4. The People Under the Stairs is number 5. Shocker is number 6. The Hills Have Eyes is number 7. Last House on the Left is number 8. Wes Craven's New Nightmare is number 9. Scream 3 is number 10. And number 11 is Swamp Thing. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, give me a comment, possible subscribe. Any kind of feedback at all is greatly appreciated. And until the next time, thank you very much. We'll see you then.